Good morning, students. Welcome back to Geography online class. Um, Already I have taught in geography 5 lessons, isn't it? About lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. Today we can learn about the sixth unit 6, man and environment. Okay, this is a very interesting lesson. What do you know about this man and environment? Man, you all know what do you mean by man, isn't it? Human beings are called as a man. And environment, what do you know is environment? Our surroundings. Okay. What are the objectives you can learn means to know about the components of environment, to understand the various features of human environment, to know various settlement patterns, to know the different economic activities of man, to understand the environmental effect of human beings. So in this lesson, we are going to learn about man and environment, about 6 topics. Okay, students, listen carefully. Here, in the 6th lesson, 6 topics are there. First one, man and environment. Second, population. Third one, human settlement. Fourth one, economic activities. Fifth one, environmental issues. And sixth one, sustainable development. So today we can learn about these first 2 topics, man and environment and population. So I thought you have learned about before what I taught. So please students study well. Now environment. What do you know about this environment? Environment is a set of relationship between man and nature. What do you know about this environment? Environment is a set of relationship between man and nature. Man has survived through the ages dwelling within his surroundings called the environment. So do you know the word environment is derived from French word environ, meaning encircled or surrounded. So environment includes both living and non-living components. Okay, so what do you know about this environment? Environment is the relationship between man and nature. So from which word it has derived means from the French word environ, meaning encircled or surrounded. Okay, so it includes both biotic and abiotic components. First headings, man and environment. What do you know about this man and environment? Here, in early days, mostly the man has depended for their food, clothing and shelter. What are the basic necessaries for the human beings? Food, clothing and shelter. Isn't it? In earlier days, man has not having proper food, proper cloth and proper shelter. Isn't it? So what they have done means they want to search the food and they use the cloth, the leaves or bark of the trees as the leaves, isn't it? But nowadays it is not like that. It has developed. Man has enjoyed a dominant position over the other living organisms. Compared to other living organisms, the man has how many senses? 6 senses, isn't it? Because of his erect posture, hands and intelligence from the Paleolithic period to the Neolithic period. Man has invented and developed the wheel. Who invented this? Man only. He has found out this fire also and many tools also. For what purpose they have used the tools? For agriculture and house for to live comfort. And in order to live in a standard life. Okay. The modern man modified the environment where he multiplied in numbers, increased population and has always extended his territories, leading to the exploitation of natural resources. So, man and environment in old Paleolithic period. What do you know about this Paleolithic period? Pazhaya Karkalam, isn't it? Neolithic means Pudiya Kalam. So from compared to this Paleolithic period to Neolithic period, nowadays man has found out more things. But can you give some example? For example, they have find out this computer, machines, and many vehicles, etc. Isn't it? So, man has improved their standard of living also. Okay. Next one, there is one box. Do you know the Stockholm Conference 1972 declared man as both a creator and molder of his environment. So, the Earth Summit, formerly known as the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, it was held in Rio de Janeiro in 1992. So, when it was held in 1992, at which place? Rio de Janeiro. Next one is the classification of environment. What do you know about this classification of environment? What are the classification? There are three important classification of environment, that is natural environment, human environment, and man-made environment. So what are the components of environment? Natural environment, human environment, and man-made environment. See, from this what you understand? Natural environment. What do you know about this natural environment? By nature, isn't it? By natural, how this environment on? It was mostly depend on land, air, water, and the creature. And already we have learned about this lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. Isn't it? That is the natural environment. Next one, human environment. What do you know about this human environment? So, human environment is defined as the interaction between man as an individual with his family, occupation, and society. So, it is also related to various cultural aspects such as education, political, economic, religion, community, family, individual, etc. So, what do you know about this human environment? Human environment is the interaction between man and his family, occupation, and the society. So, about the political, economic, education, religion, community, family, and individual. Next, third one is the man-made environment. What are the things man has made this environment? How man made the environment? They have created by many things, isn't it? For example, man has created what? For example, man has created bridges, road, industries, monuments, buildings, house, park, etc. Like that, many things man has made. So, man-made environment has been created by man himself for what purpose they have created means for their purpose of fulfilling his need and to make his life more convenient and easy. In order to make his life easy, they have created all this environment. So, man has to study the distribution of population. So, according to the population, they want to create. Okay, they want to demand. For example, if the population is more, they want to produce more food, isn't it? They want to create the growing population and other man-made features also. Now, we can learn about the detail. Okay, classification of environment. First one, natural environment. What do you know about this natural environment? Already we have learned, isn't it? What are the natural environment? Lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. Next, human environment. What is know about this human environment? It is defined as the interaction between man as an individual with his family, occupation, and society. It is also related to various cultural aspects such as education, religion, economics, and politics. Third one is the man-made environment. What do you know about this man-made environment? Man-made environment has been created by man himself for the purpose of fulfilling his need and to make his life more convenient and easy. For example, building, transport, park, industry, monument, etc. To bring an equilibrium between man and environment, man has to study the distribution of population, availability of resources, development in technology, alternate means of fulfilling the increasing demand created by the growing population, other man-made features. So, did you understand? So, what are the classification of environment? They are the natural environment, human environment and man-made environment. Did you understand? Okay. Next one is the population. What do you know about population? Population means what? It is the Latin word populus, means people. Okay. It is the Latin word populus, means people. Population is the total number of people living together in a particular place at a given point of time. Define population. What do you know about population? Population is the total number of people living together in a particular place at a given point of time. It's called as population. So, human beings are important to develop the economy and the society. So, who is very important to develop the economy and the society? Human beings. So, from which word this population has derived? The population has derived from the Latin word populus. Populus meaning people. So, define population. Population is the total number of people living together in a particular place at a given point of time. Next, what is demography? Already I learned in the civics lesson, isn't it? In ancient Greek, demos means people and graphics means study of measurement. So, demography is the statistical study of human population. What is demography? In ancient Greek letter, demos means people and graphics means study of measurement. So, demography is the statistical study of human population. Next one, population growth. Population growth. What do you know about this population growth? How we can calculate this population growth? Population growth can be referred to an increase in the number of people who reside in particular area during a particular period. How we can calculate it means by increasing the number of people who live in particular area during a particular period. Like that only we can calculate the population growth. Listen, it is easy to add but difficult to maintain. So, population growth, it is easy to add but difficult to maintain. Population is a dynamic phenomena. Dynamic phenomena. That means what? It will change often. We can't say it's accurate. Okay, where the number, distribution and composition are constantly changing. Human populations increases as babies are born and decreases as people die. How this human population we can calculate means it will, when many babies born, it will increase. At the same time, many people die, it will decrease. For most of the human history, births have only slightly exceeded death every year. As a result, human population grew slowly, but the time of Industrial Revolution, it began to increase rapidly. Here, this population growth, next one, natural increase. By nature, the population has increased. Population is the difference between the birth rate and the death rate. In fact, population is always increasing, but only in very rare case it may decrease through natural or man-made disasters such as famine, landslide, earthquake, tsunami, epidemics, extreme weather condition and war. See, naturally, the increase of population is the difference between the birth rate and the death rate. So, how this population may decrease means it will be rare. How? Through natural disaster like earthquake, landslide, tsunami, many diseases, epidemic diseases, famine. At that time only the population will decrease. Next, population change. Population change refers to an increase or decrease in population of an area influenced by the number of birth, death and migration. Migration means what? Moving from one place to another. The population of the world doubled from 500 million in 1650 to 1000 million in 1850. The projected population for 2025 and 2050 is about 8 billion and 9 billion respectively. Okay, now the year is 2020, isn't it? So approximately 2025 and 2050, it may be 8 billion and 9 billion. Now, population growth. There is one question also. What do you know about this population growth? Population growth refers to an increase in the number of people who reside in a particular, who live in a particular area during a particular period. Okay. Next one, census. What do you know about this census? Census, in Tamil you say Kanakkeduppu, isn't it? Census is an official enumeration of population carried out periodically. It records information about the characteristics of population such as age, sex, literacy and occupation. There is another one question also. What do you know about this? Census. Census is an official enumeration of population carried out periodically. It records information about the characteristics of population such as age, sex, literacy and occupation. Okay. So, different countries of the world conduct census every 5 to 10 years. For what purpose they are taking the census? In order to know the correct birth rate and death rate. The first known census was undertaken nearly 6,000 years ago by the Babylonians in 3800 BC. Denmark was the first country in the modern world to conduct a census. So, which is the first country to conduct that census? Denmark. In India, the first census was carried out in the year 1872. Censuses have been conducted regularly every 10 years since 1881. The Indian census is the most comprehensive source of demographic, social and economic data. Have you ever seen a census report? Okay. So, it is the first known census was taken in Babylonians. Okay. Which country? Denmark. So, in India, when was this first census was carried out? In 1872. Okay. For how many years after it was? Regularly every 10 years it was taken. From which year onwards? From 1881 onwards. Next one is a population increases when there are more birth. Actually, we know it is common, isn't it? If there is more birth, many child born means what will happen? Population will increase. So, population, when the population will increase? Where there are more births and immigration. What do you mean by immigration? In Tamil, we will say Kudi Irakam. Isn't it? From other country, they will come and settle in the one country, say our country. That is called as immigration. It decreases. When this population will decrease means when there is more death and emigration. Emigration means they are moving to other place. So, population growth can be calculated as such this. Okay. So, how we can calculate? If population increases, how, when the population will increase? When there is more birth and immigration. When this population will decrease? Where there is more death and emigration. Okay. Next one, small box. This is a very, very important question. What do you know about this Black Death? The Black Death is estimated to have killed 30 to 60% of Europeans' total population during the 14th century. During 14th century, how many people Europeans had killed? 30 to 60%. The dominant explanation for Black Death is attributed to the outbreak of plague. How these people were killed means because of plague. Okay. What do you know about this Black Death? Black Death is estimated to have killed 30 to 60% of Europe's total population during the 14th century. So, the dominant explanation for the Black Death is attributed to the outbreak of plague. If plague comes, means in one family, totally all the people will die. Like that, in 14th century, uh, how many persons are killed? 30 to 60 percentage of Europe's total population have killed. Next one is the distribution of population. What are the distribution of population? This is very, very important question. One detailed question also. Please listen. This population is distributed in three factors, three important factors. What are the three important factors of the distribution of population? Physical factors, historical factors, and economic factors. Physical factors, historical factors, and economic factors. What do you know about this population distribution? It refers to the way in which people are spread out across the earth's surface. What do you know about population distribution? Distribution of population, it refers to the way in which people are spread out across the earth's surface. Okay, the world population is not uniformly distributed. Whether all the places or all the places equally they are distributed, no, it is not like that. So there are three important factors for the distribution of population. What are the three important factors? Physical factors, historical factors, and economic factors. About this only we are going to learn. So explain about the distribution of population, the detailed question, Roman number 6, 7, first question, paragraph question, first question. So physical factors. Physical factors, what are the physical factors? Temperature, rainfall, soil relief, water, natural vegetation, distribution of minerals, and availability of energy resources. Due to this also, people will live there. If there is more water, that place people will live more. If there is a moderate temperature, means that place people can live, isn't it? So according to the physical factors, what are the physical factors? Temperature, rainfall, soil relief, water, natural vegetation, distribution of minerals, and availability of energy resources. Due to this also, they will live. Next one, historical factors. Regions with the historical importance. What are the historical factors? War and constant invasions fall under historical factors responsible for population distribution. That is a river valley civilization. So near that, people will live more. And if one place the war occurs, means they can't live, they will move to other places, isn't it? Because of this also, one of the reasons for the distribution of population. Next, third one is the economic factors. What do you know about this? Economic factors, educational institution, employment opportunity, manufacturing industry, luxurious amenities, trade and commerce, and other facilities encourage dense population in an area. What are the economic factors? Educational institution, employment opportunities, manufacturing industries, luxurious amenities, trade and commerce, and other facilities encourage dense population in an area. If there is more industry, the population will be more. At the same time, the more trade and commerce have also, more population will have. At the same time, the many schools, education institution, and employment opportunities also have, means at that particular place population will be dense. Okay. Next, density of population. Before that, one box, do you know the World Population Day? Do you know when was the World Population Day was celebrated? It was celebrated on 11th July every year. Every year 11th July was celebrated as World Population Day. 11th July was considered as World Population Day. Okay. So it seeks to raise awareness of global population issue. The United Nations Development Program started celebrating this event from the year 1989. So who has celebrated this World Population Day? United Nations Development Program. When it was started, means 1989. Okay, students. Next one is the density of population. This is also very important. Please listen. Density of population. What do you know about this density? Number of people. Isn't it? Density of population means number of people. So density of population refers to the number of people living per square kilometer. In 1 square kilometer, how much people are living? That only the density of population. An area is said to be sparsely populated when it has large area with less number of people. Similarly, smaller the area with a large number of people is said to be a densely populated. Suppose if one area is small and people is more means it is called dense population. At the same time, the same amount only, the area is big, at the same time people are living here and there, it is sparsely populated. So population density, how we can calculate means is equal to total population by total land area. So population density is calculated. How it is calculated? It is total population divided by total land area. So world population density is divided into 3 main groups. What are that? High density area, moderate density area, low density area. Please listen. There is one question also. Explain about high density and the low density area of population. So this world's population density is divided into 3 main groups. What are the 3 main groups? 3 areas: high density, moderate density, low density. Okay. So areas of high density, that means above 50 people per square kilometer. Areas of moderate density 10 to 50 people per square kilometer. Areas of low density less than 10 people per square kilometer. So high density, where you can see means which place under East Asia, Southeast Asia, Northwest Europe and Eastern North America. Next, moderate density seen in the subtropical region like Angola, Congo, Nigeria and Zambia in Africa. Next, low density population, Central Africa, Western Australia, Northern Russia, Canada, etc. Okay. Next one is the overpopulation and underpopulation. Overpopulation and underpopulation. What do you know about this? Overpopulation is a condition when a country has more people than its resource to sustain. Underpopulation is a condition where there is too few people to develop the economic potential of a nation fully. So, India has an official population policy implemented in 1952. So, India was the first country to announce such a policy. The main objective of this policy was to slow down the rate of population growth through promotion of various birth control measures. Now listen, if the population is going on increasing, what will happen at last? We are not having any place, or we are not having enough food, that the air will become mass, isn't it? Like that it will be. So who has introduced? India. Which country has announced this policy? India. Our country, India. India has an official population policy implemented in 1952. India was the first country to announce such a policy. What was the main objective of this policy? Means to reduce the birth control, to reduce the population growth through promotion of various birth control measures. Okay, now we can see the question answers. Yes, students, today I am going to give only 3 questions, okay? Answer the following in brief 2 questions and answer in paragraph 1 question. So please study thoroughly. First question, what do you mean by the term density of population? That page number 212, take page number 212. What do you mean by the term density of population? Under the heading density of population, first 2 lines, density of population refers to the number of people living per square kilometer. And the bottom, one dark letters, did you see? that formula equation you want to write. Okay, population density is equal to total population by total land area. Once again, I'm reading Roman number 4, question number 1. What do you mean by the term density of population? In page number 212, under the heading density of population, density of population refers to the number of people living per square kilometer. Up to that, next, that equation. Below that paragraph, one dark letters have, isn't it? That one. Population density is equal to total population by total land area. That's all. Second question, what is Black Death? What is Black Death? That also same page 212. Page number 212. Do you know one box? Did you find out? That para full. Okay. The Black Death is estimated to have killed 30 to 60% of Europe's total population during the 14th century. The dominant explanation for Black Death is attributed to the outbreak of plague. Okay. Next, third question, why do we have high and low density of population? This is also simple question only. Third question, why do we have high and low density of population? Page number 212. Page number 212. Under the heading density of population, first you mark Roman number 4, question number 1, isn't it? Below that you have that 3 points. Did you find out that one? First point and third point. Areas of high density above 50 people per square kilometer, East Asia, Southeast Asia, Northwest Europe and East and North America. Next, the third point, areas of low density, less than 10 people per square kilometer, Central Africa, Western Australia, Northern Russia, Canada, etc. Okay, students, do you mark? Next, I told first 2 questions, isn't it? 3. That the fifth question also, the same page 2. Okay, no, next class I will mark. Now, Roman number 7, answer in a paragraph. First question, Roman number 7, answer in a paragraph. First question, explain the factors affecting the distribution of population. That one, page number 212. Page number 212. Under the heading distribution of population. Population distribution refers to the way in which people are spread out across the Earth's surface. The world population is not uniformly distributed owing to the following factors. First one, physical factors. Physical factors include temperature, rainfall, soil, relief, water, natural vegetation, distribution of minerals, and availability of energy resources. Second one, historical factors. Regions with historical importance, river valley civilizations, war and constant invasions fall under historical factors responsible for population distribution. Economic factors, educational institutions, employment opportunities, manufacturing industries, luxurious amenities, trade and commerce, and other facilities encourage dense population in an area. Okay, students. So, today I have given 3 small questions and 1 detailed question. So, please study and write and see. Okay. So, thank you, students.